Now in this video, we're going to talk about the bad, the good, and the mids about Halo Campaign Evolved. We were able to play the new Halo Campaign Evolved demo early and have some very interesting perspectives on how the game plays, how it feels, and how it could be better. That's the stuff.
Ghost sponsor us.
What is going on, everybody? My name is Slick. This is Nasty Nick. We are Breaking the Clutch and Great Journey. Thanks for watching the channel. We're at HGS Worlds 2025, and we had the pleasure of going and checking out the next Halo Campaign Evolved game via a demo in a secret roped off area at Worlds. You might have seen some of the shorts we uploaded and videos along with it too. So what we want to do is kind of like give our raw, unfiltered thoughts and a review and maybe some tidbits and details you might not know about the demo.
So at the venue itself, they had a roped off area. As soon as you walked in, it was kind of cool. You had the Forerunner doors kind of slide open, and they had about 50 or so. Were they PCs or Xbox? It was kind of walled off. I don't know exactly what we were playing on.
They hit them.
Yeah. So that's also a good point when we get into it later. Not sure if they were PC or Xboxes they were hidden.
Or PlayStations.
Or could be PlayStations. Actually, that's a good comp. When you get in, some beautiful setups. You got the Spark 117 chairs. You've got these beautiful monitors. Xbox controller actually was what we played on, right? So, yeah, probably 50 or so people could play on it. As soon as you sat down, you only had one option, and that was just to play the one particular Silent Cartographer mission up into the point where you get to the elite, kind of flashing his sword. So one of the critical things that we picked up on right away, we brought like 3 cameras in to film, and they were totally cool with us filming, which is awesome. But the PlayStation is really small, so the actual footage that we got of the gameplay is recorded from cameras externally. If you want to watch like a high-res version of it, you can go check out the Halo YouTube channel. They've uploaded an entire playthrough of that part of the mission, so you can go check that out. For our video footage, you're gonna see like some crazy angles because that's all we could do to set up the cameras and actually get the experience. If you go to Breaking the Clutch, we'll actually upload a full live uncut preview of that terrible angle of me playing the demo. I have my lapel mic here tied up to me, so I'm talking about like all my experiences and my reactions kind of live. So if you want to see that video, check out BTC later. So let's get right into it. So the menu was pretty cool. It was like a classic Halo 3/Halo 2/Halo CE style menu where you had like a blue tinted screen. It was super simplistic. You can see like Death Island in the background from Silent Cartographer. And it was like probably the most impressively simple UI I've seen in a Halo game in like, I don't know, 10 years. So that's pretty cool. The opening cutscene, by the way, phenomenal. I did have a little bit of terror in mind, so I don't know exactly what system we're playing on, right? But it's also a beta. But as soon as you land, it feels like Halo. You're actually moving around. The pistol feels like it. The AR feels like it when you're shooting. Super impressed with how they were able to get that into a beautiful looking Halo game, something that we've never seen at that level.
So the thing that impressed me most upon first playing it was just the fidelity of the graphics. Like there were some little things that were off. There was like, you know, what was it? It was like the thrusters on the Pelican. Like there was some weird geometry there that was happening and rendering, so like didn't look 100% right. But the graphics in general just looked absolutely incredible. The feel honestly felt like Halo CE. When you're jumping in, it kind of had like Halo Infinite style vibes. There are a lot of like similarities, like Halo Infinite sounds and assets were definitely utilized. The assault rifle basically looked like the Halo 3 assault rifle, which was kind of cool. I was like, teleported right back in. It even sounded a little bit like the Halo 3 assault rifle. Right away, you pick up on the fact that the world elements and environments are turned up to 11. The ocean had like crashing waves and ripples. Like if you went, there was a period of time, maybe I'll put that clip in, where I like played in the water for a second. I literally took that time, that precious like 5 seconds to play in the water. I did not try driving the Warthog all the way out to sea. I thought about doing that. Didn't have enough time. I was playing on normal. This guy, crazy guy, was playing on legendary. Absolutely insane behavior out of you. Right away, you pick up on the fact that the audio is different. The sounds and everything going on around you in terms of audio is new and fresh. The voiceovers from the original voice actors are present, but better, like more buttery, juicy.
Yeah, they reshot the audio for line by line for every single part of that, which I thought that's special because you can bring the tools and engineering to the audio today that you couldn't back then. So yeah, the audio was phenomenal. You're immediately immersed. I mean, they've got actual life on there this time. There's crabs walking on the island, as Preston pointed out yesterday. I didn't notice that.
Crabs, real crabs, Halo crabs.
But so you get the feel that you're in a living, breathing world that Halo CE the first time around probably wasn't intended to give you, but you know, it felt like a sterile the first time you play Halo CE. Like, this is a Forerunner place, nothing touches it, and then it's just the Elite show up and or the Covenant show up and we show up, and then we kind of have a battle. But here it felt like there's stuff here, there's a living ecosystem here. So you're definitely more immersed into the world, and I think that's really impressive, especially with the audio when you add that on top of it.
They added some elements, like when in the original cutscene when you're flying in, you see like perspectives of like a spirit shooting a turret back at the Pelicans. You see Foehammer for the first time, which is insane. Foehammer's using a chain turret on the Pelican to rip open grunts on the way in, and you see like their neon blue blood splatter everywhere. So it's like true to form, classic Halo experience, but like just ramped up to 11. In short, is just really like the core of it. It didn't feel wrong at any point to me in terms of like graphical fidelity, feel, vibes, and like aesthetic. It just looked really good.
One other thing that I would point out is that it felt authentic to Halo CE, at least in that particular mission that we played, right? It felt like you were playing Halo CE. It didn't feel like it was a ripoff or like they were trying to change anything. So those of you who are concerned about like the authenticity of Halo CE, those of you who really, really enjoy Halo CE, then you're going to find that you're going to go back into the same world, just amped up, done even better. So I wouldn't be concerned about those of you who are like, CE truest, or what would you call them?
Sure.
Yeah, so I wouldn't worry about that. And they did mention that lasso will be impossible, which we'll be testing.
We'll see about that.
We've done every lasso campaign, and of course there was not any skulls available. There might have been.
There could have been.
Good point. We didn't find any. Maybe one of them crabs was holding a skull. How crazy would that be?
So now we're going to talk about things that we thought were kind of like mid, things that didn't really stand out to us as amazing or anything. And I got to be honest with you, the entirety, the fact that I'm playing Halo CE again makes me feel kind of mid. That's just like a tough reality that I'm kind of coming to terms with. I understand why we're here from like a, Microsoft price target and margin perspective and how we want to capitalize on the PlayStation player base for the first time. That makes a lot of sense. But as someone who has been around for 20 years, this is an interesting experience to say the least. I'm not overly excited, nor am I upset. I am just kind of mid on the whole thing. It's so familiar at this point. It's like such a familiar experience that I'm like, I have done this before so many times, and I have seen so many fan projects online that have basically done this exact thing, because so many people have done it and the internet has done this so many times that it feels too familiar. Unfortunately, from my perspective, that's a mid thing for me.
Yeah, I think it's important to note that this game is not made for, it's tough for me to say, but it's not made for Halo players. If you've played Halo before, if you love Halo CE, you've played 1, 2, 3, all that, and you're an OG in the scene, so to speak, this is not for you. It'll be cool to play it and go back, and I think they said they were going to add 3 or 4 missions to the campaign from Johnson's perspective, is what it seemed like. Awesome, love that. But for the casual Halo fan who's been around for 20 years, this game's not for you. It's meant for the PlayStation players, as Pat pointed out earlier. So as far as like energy levels, as far as anticipation, as far as like getting amped up for this, I'll play it when it comes out. I'm probably not going to think about it until the day it comes out. This is not like the Halo Infinite buildup where we're like, oh, we need this game. They delay it and we're like, oh, we just want to play this game. If they delayed this game a month, 2 months, let's say it comes out in October, right? Just throwing a dart out there. If this thing gets delayed until January, there's no part of me that cares. And I think that's probably what most Halo fans will feel with this, because again, you can go on MCC right now, play Halo 1. You can go on Halo, the terrible anniversary that 343 made back in 2010, I think 2011. No, 2011, 2012, because Halo Reach it was on the Halo Reach engine. And you could play that and get the same experience still. Again, it looks fantastic, it looks fun. but this isn't built for us. So let's hope there's more to come with Halo.
Another mid thing was that there are some moderate changes to the way the gameplay feels. So the scale of everything is bigger because of sprint. Sprint being present in the game is going to change the scale of everything because, getting from point A to point B, you want to maintain the pace of the level design in the campaign experience. So that's different. That's a big delta. I say mid because I'm happy that I can sprint because I'm a Spartan. I should be able to run. I'm sad because I can now, hunters coming after me, I can now fly away faster than I ever could before and probably get out of combat.
I ran past the two hunters that you play. The first 2 hunters you encounter, I just ran past them and had no consequences to get away from them. In Halo CE, you got to kind of fight them because they're going to beat the hell out of you. But I was able to get past them, no problem. I don't know if that's a sprint function or if that's just, but yeah.
Speedrunners are probably going to love that because they can run Halo C literally faster than ever before. Maybe there's some new glitches and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it's probably like all the things we're meh about, Well, let's get into the negatives, the things that we are not upset about, I guess, but like the things that aren't great.
So these are the things we want to see improve before the game comes out. Again, we're not sure if we were playing on PC or Xbox, but I had input delay, which again could just be the monitor setup, whatever the case is. But I had a full 2-second delay. It's almost like if you recall playing Halo 3, Halo 2, or Halo 1 co-op online, the Halo 1 remake online, and if you weren't hosting it, you had a full 2-second delay. And that's exactly what it felt like playing that. Again, it's a beta, so it is what it is. Not sure what the setup was. I get that, but I'd like to see that improved. Again, it's a beta, but there was screen rips as far as the cinematics were concerned when I was playing. Again, when they show that trailer, it looks beautiful. It's perfect. When you're actually playing it, at least in the version that we had, again, it did not look the same as the trailer. So I'm hoping that we've got an older build and that'll be fixed by the time it comes out, which I'm sure it will. Let's see. Preston, I'll point out that he said that the weapons don't kind of light up and you can't quite see some of the subtleties of like picking up weapons or objective markers like you would typically in Halo CE. So hopefully those things kind of pop a little bit more. And that might just be because the graphics look incredible, that it kind of all just kind of
blends together.
It's weird to say that, but it might blend together like that. So I'd like to see if there's a weapon on the ground, maybe highlight it. Maybe an outline of like blue or red, whatever UI you want to use in that case. Like kind of like what they do with Halo Infinite with the Spartans. You can pick your own color. I think that'd be cool to see something like that. They did say
all those things Nick just mentioned. If you don't know what screen tearing is like graphical fidelity issues, rendering issues, where like you see like an actual like separation of what's rendering on your screen, like physically in the most simple sense, not getting the technical details. So input delay as well as screen tearing could totally be a feature and a function of whatever system we were playing on. Once again, the way the setup was built, we have no idea what we were playing on. If it was PlayStation, Xbox, PC, whatever. We had Xbox controllers plugged into a cable that ran into the wall. Very well could have been that they had everything in the back and that, the input delay was because of like a 50-foot long HDMI cable, honestly. So it's something to consider. It might be like a technical thing.
What would be cool if we were playing on PlayStation and they're letting you play Xbox controller on PlayStation, for instance. So that'd be cool if they were testing out the limitations of PS5. You can probably not, but it'd be cool.
That would be very sick. Negative for me. Some of the grunts had Halo 5 grunt and Halo 4 grunt art styles.
No.
They had like, some of them had like the little cans on the back instead of there's something about the classic Halo CE grunts that are just like so amazing.
Yeah. And
they changed the art style a little bit. They changed the art style of a lot of things, like some of the Foreigner structures, but I'm not upset about that. I think they look pretty sick. Not like Halo 5e. They look kind of like a hybrid.
Yeah.
So that's
Halo
nice.
4 almost.
Like Halo 4, yeah. The Halo 4. I'm not the biggest fan of Halo 4's art style either, but
the Forerunner Halo 4 was just silver, right?
Shiny silver.
That's kind of what the inside
thing
was for. Yeah, I think it was Halo 4 more.
Yeah.
Halo 3, what was the color on the Forerunners? I can't remember that now.
It was silver.
It was silver.
It was kind of like silvery, and then blue lights.
Yeah.
Silver blue lights, but it was like muted. It was kind of like almost like an aluminum.
Gray.
Not like a chrome. It was like an aluminum, you know?
Okay.
Whereas like so there's like silver shine in like Halo 4 and 5 that is just kind of like not that it just doesn't have like the old timey kind of feel. But this remake has a really good blend of Ourself for Forerunner. But that's what I was saying specifically, like the Covenant. The Jackals look like Jackals. Elites look like Elites from Halo CE, like better, honestly. Especially the Zealot, they nail it. It's almost like a Halo 3, Halo 2 hybrid style with Halo Infinite. The Elites look amazing, but the Grunts just like, I don't know. It's like a weird nitpick of mine, but just that I didn't like seeing those guys.
Add more grunt styles. Maybe there's only like two grunts, two different variants of grunts in Halo 1. I have no idea. Maybe they wanted to throw a third and a fourth in, and they just pulled from, I don't know.
I think there were only a few styles in CE, like the orange pack and the red pack, and maybe there's another one.
Same thing with the Elites. There's only a couple of them.
Yeah, like red, blue, gold sometimes.
Yeah.
I think that's right. Yeah. So that's nice. It's interesting. It's just like there's some elements, you know, you're looking around as a Halo fan and you're like, that's not how it was, bro. That's not how it was.
That's okay.
That's
okay.
So that's a negative. Other than that, for me personally, when I'm looking back on it, the only bigger negative thing for me, despite the gameplay itself, that one art style nitpick, is just like the whole archetype of how we're trying to do this as Halo Studios. Like, once again, the whole fact that we are like canceling HCS, allegedly, as of the time of this recording, we are canceling HCS and we are not dropping a multiplayer game for at least a year is a really interesting decision, because it is clearly just an approach from Microsoft or Xbox in order to capitalize on the PlayStation player base and get new players into the game. It is not very much so an ode to Halo fans as much as they think it is, I don't think. So that's my second. Those are my only two negatives, like some art style critiques, and then the way they're going about this isn't ideal.
So the negatives, overall, the fact that there's no multiplayer in here does irk me a little bit. I understand why they didn't, because if you look at the grand scheme, they're kind of splitting up the franchise in a bunch of different directions. So I get that it's campaign only, but no multiplayer kind of stinks. At least they could have thrown a couple of maps and just made it local. Just so that way, because there's split screen experience, right? Just so you could get a feel for Halo with your friend. Like, imagine if you're a PlayStation player for the first time, throw 2 or 3 maps and make it only play local. Because if you're a first time player for PlayStation, you want to play with your buddy who you're playing co-op split screen with. That's what you guys, the community, have been raging about for 15 years, which I don't understand. You know, you wanted split screen. So why not add split, or if you have split screen brought back, add a couple maps for multiplayer for those folks who play PlayStation. So I think that's a negative overall. This is a temporary negative because I think it's going to be remedied. The overall timeline of our Halo projects right now seems out of whack. The fact that Halo Infinite is going to be turning 6 very soon with no new multiplayer around the corner yet. And then we've got Halo CE campaign supposed to hold us over for a full year. Again, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's coming out in the summer and we got a Halo multiplayer coming out in November. But overall, I think Halo right now, because the puzzle pieces are incomplete, it feels like we are dragging our feet instead of running forward. But maybe it'll be clarified by today, Saturday, or Sunday on the HCS weekend or HCS Worlds, that we'll find out that there's 4 projects running right now. And they give us a kind of Marvel phase timeline, which I think will make me much happier about this release coming out than I am right now. Because right now, I don't particularly care that Halo CE is coming out. That's my negative. Who is this game for? PlayStation people. The moolah, the money. Phil Spencer said 25th anniversary. This is for the OG 25th anniversary. We've already had 2 of these. Even Guy Blaze yesterday, he was joking because he was doing the promo cut for where the demo was being, and he comes up to us in the crowd and he's like, "So what do you got?" He knows obviously what's behind there because he's been prepped, but he's like, "Oh, what's going on back here? What are you guys in line for?" And we're like, "Oh, it's a Halo, it's a Halo remake." And he goes, "Oh, they remade the remake?" And it's like, exactly, like, not shout out to Guy Blaze. We like Guy Blaze. I'm not burning him on this, but it's like, who cares?
All right, so I think that's good. Are you good? I think that's like pretty good feedback. You feel better now? You feel, yeah. This is basically like therapy in a way. Yeah. Talking to the community. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. We got to get back to the con. There is a possibility that we do hear something on Sunday, and it changes some details here. And so if so, we'll revisit this and we'll do another update. We're going to go back, play some Halo 3 2v2s and maybe some Halo 2 4s. We'll see. And watch some teams get absolutely destroyed and mess up my bracket. Regardless of which, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully the future of Halo remains bright. Today and yesterday were good days for Halo. Awesome. And we have a positive outlook on the future. So my name is Slick. This has been Nasty Nick. Thanks for watching The Great Journey. Check out our sister channel, Breaking the Clutch, for more Halo content and my live experience and reaction video of the demo. Thank you guys. See you later.
After waiting 25 years, we finally get to play Halo 1.